Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. Job transfer for all. The school bell becomes my summons. Chapter 91. Several people from Haicheng University, after quick thinking, also decided to run away quickly. Although they were hesitant to give it a try when they saw that the other party was a well-known waste profession like a summoner. But when I think about it, this summoner has already completed the second round and is at level 40. It must be the one in a million summoner who at least contracted a summoner with combat ability. Moreover, they also somewhat felt the last remaining power of the phoenix and the winter flying dragon just now. So, they finally decided to run away quickly. Why? There are 40 level candidates. This is unscientific. Impossible. You are definitely not an examinee. Someone cheated at Beijing University. Someone pointed at Lin Yu and shouted. This fourth stage is conducted by several colleges and universities. You went to Beijing University to get the first, 610, section. You even cheated. I've heard that the principals of several schools jointly gambled some resources in this assessment. The school that can get the first place can get these resources. That's why Shangjing University sent you to sneak into the ruined city this time. In order for Shangjing University to get the first place, so as to get those resources. Listening to the nonsense of these students from Haicheng University, Lin Yu was a little surprised. He raised his hands and clapped his hands, saying, "It's really good brain power. It is not surprising that the other party thinks this way. After all, it's unbelievable that he, a level 40 professional, should be a candidate for the college entrance examination. It is simply not comprehensible to ordinary people. Therefore, it is normal for the other party to think that Shangjing University is cheating. Run, he's going to attack us. We must spread this news quickly. Otherwise, other candidates in the secret realm will be finished. We must unite to deal with Shangjing University. Scatter and run away, avoid being caught in a catch." The 5 candidates from Haicheng University quickly fled in different directions at the fastest speed. Some of them rushed to the side windows, some to the stairs. As a result, those who rushed to the window did not find it until they reached the window. Although the window seemed to be open, there was an invisible formation barrier, and they couldn't jump out of the window at all. "What's going on? Why can't you go out from the window?" Someone yelled in panic. And Lin Yu beckoned, let Xiao Fengwang and Xiao Binglong go out, and chased and killed the 2 people who ran downstairs. Then, he spoke to the other 3 candidates who were blocked by the windows. "There is a formation in this building. If you want to go up and down, you can only take the stairs, and the windows are blocked." "What? How is this possible? There is such a thing." When they entered the building, they didn't notice this because they were in a hurry to look for the monster. This also caused the result that they are destined to stop here today. After confirming that they couldn't escape by jumping out of the window directly, the 3 people from Haicheng University were already desperate. The 2 who ran downstairs were easily overtaken by Little Phoenix and Little Ice Dragon. After all, the attribute gap is too big. Then there was a loud roar. Accompanied by an unwilling scream, the place below has returned to silence. And the Little Ice Dragon and Little Phoenix flew back. Hearing the movement from below, the 3 Haicheng University candidates looked at Lin Yu in horror. You killed them. Lin Yu said. "Who knows, you will know when you go out and have a look." The faces of the 3 froze. "Fight with him. You can't just quit without even fighting." "Yes, let's go together. There is still a chance." The 3 of them acted immediately and rushed towards Lin Chong. Facing the attack of the 3, Lin Yu just raised his hand. I saw the Little Phoenix and the Little Ice Dragon attacking again, facing the direction of the 3 of them. Terrifying fire and freezing ice poured out crazily. Boom. What is this? FK. What kind of power is this? Teleport quickly. Don't really get killed. The 3 of them originally wanted to fight, but after seeing Lin Yu's destructive strength, the thought of fighting it all disappeared in an instant. At the critical moment, they can only launch a one-time teleportation item without hesitation, leaving the ruined city secrets. At the same time, it also announced that they failed the assessment this time. Eliminate 5 Haicheng University candidates, and get a total of 61 points of meritorious service. A reminder popped up in front of Lin Yu. He nodded with satisfaction. "Brother Lin. You are so awesome." Lu Chen stood aside, completely convinced. When he saw those three people trying to charge forward, he was still preparing to make a move. As a result, there was no chance for him to make a move, and Lin Yu's two summons instantly killed all the enemies. Moreover, because Lu Chen and Lin Yu are forming a team, and they also have the buff of collective action, the meritorious service and experience gained by the people in the team will not be divided equally but will be given to all. Therefore, Lu Chen also received 61 points of merit. Looking at his rapidly increasing experience and achievements, Lu Chen couldn't help sighing again. And Lin Yu on the side, because of this incident, was thinking of ways to get more meritorious service. At the later stage of the assessment, everyone should have a lot of merit points. By that time, if you can eliminate candidates from other schools, you will get a lot of merit. But at that time, the others should have formed a team. If they saw my level, they would probably run away like these people just now. It will be very troublesome to chase after that time. Thinking about it, Lin Yu took out the magic artifact obtained from the fallen warlock. 3.3 Transformation with thousands of faces. Although the attribute of transforming thousands of faces is only plus 50 points of spirit. But the reason why this piece of equipment is an artifact of the demons. It is because the illusion of thousands of faces can change its appearance at will. And most importantly, the property panel can be changed without any detection. It was through this piece of equipment that the fallen warlock got into the secret realm of electric flames. With this, I can change my level, and I can avoid the situation that other people will run away when they see my level. Lin Yu put on the mask, but he didn't change his face, he still had a very handsome face. He only changed his level, from level 40 to level 20. Now, others can only see that he is a candidate of Shengjing University, a level 20 summoner. Soon, the last 2 floors of this blue resource area will be swept away by Lin Yu soon. Lin Yu's current merit point has reached 248. With his current spawning speed, and the spawning is still in the blue resource area. Now his meritorious service has already ranked first among nearly 3,000 candidates in 5 colleges and universities. And on the last floor of this building, the 13th floor. A very skinny humanoid monster holding a purple staff sat on a chair at the end. Open black lens bracket different magician boss LV.24 close black lens bracket. I didn't expect that there was a boss level demon monster hidden here. And this boss level demon monster doesn't look like other monsters without sanity. When he saw Lin Yu, there was a hint of surprise in his eyes. Why? You have a familiar aura on you. His voice was very hoarse and low, and his speech was not smooth. Familiar. I killed so many monsters of your demon clan, so it's normal to have a familiar aura. Lin Yu said casually. But after hearing what Lin Yu said, the different magician stood up, shook his head slowly. No. It's not this breath. You stole something from the demons. In the end, his tone was full of anger. Who cares about stealing your demon clan's junk? Lin Yu was a little puzzled. You, a low-level demon monster, are born with a little sanity, so why come up and slander others as thieves? Looking at the different magician with an obviously angry face, Lin Yu felt a little funny. Make it look like the real thing. So that's how it is. No wonder my lord wants me to do it. Our clan's artifact was actually obtained by humans. If we let it go, I'm afraid it will cause a crisis for our clan. Then, the different magician raised the staff in his hand, and a strange purple magic energy quickly condensed out. Feeling the breath released by the different magician, Lu Chen next to him felt a burst of shock. Although those demon monsters were also very fierce to him before, they were not something he could deal with at all. But the aura released by the strange magician in front of him at this moment caused Lu Chen, who hugged Lin Yu's thigh all the way, to feel a little terrified. Brother Lin, this monster seems to be different from other monsters. Lu Chen said in a panic. And Lin Yu naturally discovered this a long time ago. Although, the opponent is only level 25. But regardless of his normal sanity, it was still the strange magic energy released from him at this moment. It all shows that this different magician is not normal. And in this mere moment, the whole body of the different magician has been wrapped in a thick purple magic energy. In the next second, the thick purple devilish energy radiated wildly. The target is not Lin Yu, but outside this area. Countless strange purple devilish energy ignored the formation of this building, and quickly escaped from all directions. Lin Yu keenly sensed that those purple magic energy was not ordinary magic energy. There is actually some aura on it that he can't understand. There are such demon monsters in the ruined city. Lin Yu was also a little surprised. What is he doing? But at the same time, Lin Yu could also feel that the aggressiveness in the rich purple magic energy was not very strong. In other words, in terms of attack power, it is indeed the attack power that a level 25 demon boss can have. So Lin Yu wasn't too nervous. Little Phoenix and Little Ice Dragon can easily deal with this different magician. And the Little Ice Dragon and Little Phoenix also shot at the same time. Under the fusion of raging flames and frost, the strange magician was melted directly. Your summoned Phoenix and Winter Dragon kill the different magician boss versus 0.25 experience plus 30000. Open black lens bracket merit plus 10 close black lens bracket. The two little guys directly killed the different magician, which was not beyond Lin Yu's expectation. But that's not the point anymore. Because of the scene in front of him just now, Lin Yu had a bad premonition in his heart. Although the different magician was instantly killed by him. But the purple magic energy released by the different magician was not aimed at him in the first place. The incomparably rich and strange purple magic energy just now has all been emitted from this building. Leave this blue resource area. Looks more like a release of some kind of formation. And after Lin Yu glanced at his faceplate, he remembered that he had worn 1,000 faces before. It turns out that he said that I stole something from the demon race, referring to the illusion of thousands of faces. It seems that the different magician really did not wrong himself. But I can't count it as stealing. After all, I brought it with my own ability, how can it be called stealing? But what Lin Yu was thinking about now was what the different magician did just now. The strong purple magic energy gave Lin Yu a bad premonition. But at this moment, what all the candidates in the ruined city do not know is that the purple magic energy released by the different magician just now has spread all over the entire range of the secret territory. Moreover, under the cover of this purple devilish energy, all monsters, attributes and levels have started to grow rapidly. Although the many demon monsters in this ruined city are basically imprisoned in the past few decades. But at the same time, there are also those who have been deliberately caught and have been lurking here. According to the normal situation, the ruined city has already been set up. No matter how powerful the monsters are, there will be a level limit. However, that different magician, the succubus queen and several top masters of the demon clan personally placed a very hidden formation in his body. The different magician is one of the monsters that were deliberately captured. Just now, this strange magician also released this formation. At this time, in the western area outside the ruined city, in an abandoned bar, a few hideous humanoid monsters were resting. Suddenly, they were all shaken, and after feeling the purple magic energy, they woke up with a start. This is Her Lady Queen's breath. My lord has come to the ruined city. Could it be that the demons have successfully invaded the human area? Impossible. It's only been more than 20 years, and human beings shouldn't be unable to resist even 20 years. Are you sleeping stupidly? This is the arrangement left by the adults before. I'm going. I didn't expect it to start today. My strength is getting stronger. My level is also rising. 823. Ha ha ha. Can we leave here today? Before I felt a large-scale teleportation in the ruined city, it must be the annual college entrance examination in the human world. That's how it is. My lord, this is the geniuses who want us to get rid of the human beings first. Saying that, several monsters rushed out of the bar with high spirits. I happened to see a few examinees advancing cautiously. Found it. And those candidates of Zhongcheng University, after seeing these menacing demon monsters. Then his complexion changed slightly. Be careful. Seeing these candidates, those monsters are like hungry wolves seeing big meat. Straight up. The level of these monsters has climbed from the original level 22 and 23 to level 24 and 25. And all attributes are also increasing significantly. Under the huge gap in combat power, several candidates of Zhongcheng University were killed amidst screams before they even had time to use teleportation. Outside the endless tower, many teachers who were guarding suddenly felt abnormal. There is a situation in the ruined city. Chen Chu raised his hand, released strong mana, and explored the situation of the ruined city. Then, his face changed in shock. The formation has been destroyed. It's the work of the demons. After finishing speaking, Chen Chu's figure disappeared directly in place, and entered the endless tower. What? Demon invasion. The other teachers were shocked when they heard this. All of them poured into the endless tower. Notify the principal first. Ruined city. Lin Yu has already wiped out the resources of this building. And at this moment, a reminder suddenly appeared on the panel in front of Lin Yu. Due to the abnormal fluctuation of the array, the inner area of the ruined city will be opened in 10 minutes. Not only Lin Yu, but all the remaining 2,000 candidates. This hint has appeared. So soon, did you open the inner area? There are more resources in the inner circle. Should we go to the inner circle in advance? But the monsters in the inner circle will definitely be stronger, so we still have to be careful. Seeing this tip, everyone has different thoughts. Lu Chen on the side couldn't help feeling a little nervous. However, Lin Yu noticed that this reminder said that the formation fluctuated abnormally. If it was normal, Lin Yu might not think too much about it, and would just regard this sentence as a normal situation when the inner circle of the secret realm is opened. But just now, he saw what looked like a diffused array released by the different magician. Of course you can't take it for granted. Perhaps, the fluctuation of the formation has something to do with that different magician. Although he saw the strange magic energy released by the different magician. But it is not clear what effect those magic energy will have. After all, Lin Yu has just left this blue resource area, and has not noticed any obvious changes in the ruined city. Brother Lin, what do you say next? At this time, Lu Chen on the side asked. Lin Yu glanced at him, thinking whether to go directly to the inner circle. Although they are in this secret realm, they can only see their own position in the secret realm and cannot see other candidates. But Lin Yu could feel Ning Shui's position. After all, Ning Shui is his summoner, so she can naturally feel the direction. And after the inner area was opened, he and Ning Shui wanted to meet, and the distance was much closer. There is no need for a large circle around the outside. So Lin Yu said, go directly to the inner circle. Lu Chen also nodded when he heard that. Whatever Lin Yu decides, he just needs to follow. Afterwards, Lin Yu sensed Ning Shui's direction, and observed the changes in the secret territory while walking. And for someone like Lin Yu who has killed many demon monsters, he soon discovered the changes in the secret realm. In the ruined city, the breath of the demons has become stronger. At the beginning, although the ruined city was full of monsters, but the aura of the demons at that time was far less intense than it is now. As expected, the two haven't been away for long. In the distance, 3 examinees were being chased and killed by several monsters. Which university are those candidates? Because the distance is too far, it is impossible to detect the other party's information. But it can be clearly seen that a student is far from being a monster's opponent. However, in the next second, something shocking happened. I saw that the 3 candidates who had been driven to a desperate situation had no way out. And the 3 who should have been forced to teleport away from the secret realm did not choose to teleport. What's the situation? They didn't send it. Lu Chen was very puzzled when he saw this scene. And the 2 of them rushed forward quickly. It's a candidate of Zongyuan University. Lin Yu saw the other party's message. These monsters are actually level 25. It stands to reason that there shouldn't be monsters with such a high level in the peripheral area. As the distance approached, they also heard the desperate screams of 3 candidates who were in a desperate situation. Why is the teleportation item not working? Impossible. I don't want to die. Bastard. Fight them. In the next second, several candidates were directly torn into pieces by the crazy monster. Brother Lin, I heard correctly. Did they say that the teleportation item is invalid? Lu Chen was a little startled when he heard this sentence. Lin Yu also nodded with a serious expression. You heard me right, that's what they said. The teleportation props themselves are life-saving props reserved for the examinees of this assessment. After all, there is a danger of life and death in this assessment. There is no life and death assessment, so there is not much meaning. Because, when this game comes to the real world, what is cultivated is not the flowers of the greenhouse, but a warrior who can withstand danger. Therefore, it is normal to be in danger during the college entrance examination. However, this stage 4 assessment still gave all candidates a chance to teleport to save their lives. After all, the new generation of geniuses from major universities gathered this time, if there are too many deaths. It is also a great loss for mankind. However, now this teleportation item is not working. There is a problem in the ruined city. Lin Yu said. Lu Chen asked nervously, Brother Lin, I tried it just now, and the teleportation item is really invalid. What to do? Lin Yu has now confirmed that the failure of the teleportation item is because the formation of the entire ruined city has been affected. The magic energy released by the different magician before affected the formation of the ruined city. That's why when the inner area was opened just now, it will prompt that the array has abnormal fluctuations. And the abnormal fluctuation of the array will make the teleportation props invalid. There are also monsters from the demon race. The state is not normal. Their levels and attributes, if I'm right, should be much higher than before. Hearing what Lin Yu said, Lu Chen panicked. It turns out that the array fluctuates abnormally. Is it caused by the different magician? Lin Yu nodded and continued. Speed up. We need to join the others as soon as possible. Lu Chen also nodded. Afterwards, Lin Yu ordered Little Phoenix and Little Ice Dragon to act. Instantly killed these crazy monsters. He sensed Ning Shui's direction, and accelerated his forward speed. And just now, similar to the tragic death of 3 Central Plains University candidates because they could not transmit. The same happened across the huge ruined city. Many candidates whose strength and talent are not too strong, or who have not assembled a multi-person team, already being massacred by maddened and enhanced monsters. The number of candidates is also dropping sharply. Outside the ruined city, those teachers who came to the Endless Tower. It is also found that the number of candidates has dropped sharply. Problem occurs. The death rate of candidates has suddenly increased. Chen Chu's face was a bit ugly. After exploring the secrets of the ruined city, he said. The secret realm has been destroyed by a strange force. The teleportation items of the examinees may have expired. Yi Xing also said with a serious expression. The death rate of candidates has increased sharply, but none of the candidates chose to send it out. Wang Wang's this is definitely a very abnormal phenomenon. Not long after the Phase 4 assessment started, some candidates had already chosen to send it out. Among them was the shadow assassin who followed Lin Yu at the beginning. The candidates who were sent out have not left yet. They can choose to continue watching the exam process. And now, hearing what the teachers said, these candidates who have been sent out feel a little scared in their hearts. The teleportation tool has failed. Shin, what's the situation? It's a good thing you came out early, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Zhang Kang asked. Chen Chu, can the formation be repaired? He is a warrior class, a level 155th rank giant soldier Arhat, and he is not good at formations. Chen Chu continued to investigate, with a stern face. It can be repaired. But even if Lu Shang and I repair it together, it will take a long time. Soon, they saw that because several candidates could not transmit. Killed directly by crazy monsters. These monsters have become a little abnormal too. In the fast-moving duo of Lin Yu and Lu Chen. Not long after walking, I ran into a group of candidates from Shanghai University. This is a 5-member team. It looks a little relaxed, and it doesn't look like it is in crisis. After all, although the monsters in the ruined city have begun to strengthen, but the original level of these monsters on the periphery is around level 20. Among them, the higher level ones have now been raised to level 22 or 23. As for monsters at level 24 and 25, there are very few of them. What Lin Yu and the others met just now is only a very small probability. After the mutation, although the level and attributes of the monsters have increased to a certain extent, but for gifted candidates in various schools, they could have fought across levels. Genius candidates in their early 20s can deal with monsters of 24 and 25 without any problem. Even the demon monsters, which are powerful in their own right, after the mutation, although their strength has greatly increased. But it is not enough to let these talented candidates who acted in teams die on a large scale immediately. Although the death rate of candidates has increased a lot compared to before. But in fact, that is because very few of the candidates at the beginning were eliminated. After all, you can still run when you encounter monsters that are difficult to deal with or even unbeatable. If you meet candidates from other schools, in the early stage of the assessment, both sides will not fight to the death. and 733 after the monster mutation, because the gap between those weaker candidates and the high-level monsters is too large. That's what caused the death rate to soar. At this time, the other 5 candidates from the Magic City University also saw Lin Yuer. Shanghai University. The person at the head had a serious look on his face. There are still 10 minutes to open the inner circle, and they are still only a 2-person team. A level 22 Wraith Swordsman, a level 20 Summoner. It's too weak. Why does Nima have a profession like a summoner? The gap is too big. Our captain is a level 24 Berserker. I am a level 23 Battle Mage. We also have a level 22 Shield Warrior, a level 22 Ammunition Expert, and a level 21 Forest Priest. Whether it is hard power or professional configuration, there is a crushing gap in strength. This team from Shanghai University quickly analyzed and compared. But the result is obvious: 5-person team vs 2-person team, and the gap between level and occupation configuration is still so big. The captain of this Magic City University team said directly and decisively, "Do it directly." After speaking, he took the lead in action. Raising the sword in his hand, AIAF rushed towards Lin Yu and Lu Chen. "Give me the buff," he also said loudly after taking action. At the back of the Demon City squad, a girl raised her staff, and the green mana fluctuations were sent to him and the other 2 melee professionals. The level 24 Berserker, the level 23 Battle Mage, and the level 22 Shield Warrior all directly charged towards Lin Yu and Lu Chen. And the 22-level Ammunition Expert in the distance raised a special small ballista, equipped with explosive ammunition, and aimed at the 2 of them. The level 21 Forest Priest, after giving bonuses to his teammates, put magic shields on the 3 melee classes that can resist damage. And released a huge magic circle, healing the 5 of them all the time. Seeing their tactical coordination in a flash, Lin Yu couldn't help but nodded, sighing a little. As expected of a genius who is going to be admitted to Shanghai University, he was able to form such a skilled teamwork in such a short period of time. And their class formation is also very good. After all, this is in a real secret realm, and it's all about luck to meet teammates of any class. Although the monsters are now mutated and their strength has been greatly enhanced, even if they are like those level 25 monsters just now, if they encounter this team from the Demon City University, they will definitely end up being slaughtered. Soon, the leader of the 24th level Berserker captain had come to Lin Yu. And at this moment, Lin Yu raised the long knife in his hand, and said lightly, "Holy punishment." At this moment, a surging power of holy light erupted from Lin Yu's body. With Lin Yu as the center, a pillar of holy light with a radius of hundreds of meters suddenly landed. The turbulent holy light, like a tsunami-like terrifying power, instantly drowned the 5 people in the Modu University in front of them. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. The berserker closest to Lin Yu was stunned when he first saw Lin Yu pull out his knife. As a summoner, you actually use a knife. However, before he could think about it, a palpitation suddenly appeared in his heart. The next moment, the infinite and dazzling holy light overwhelmed him. The 5 of them didn't even have the chance to use teleportation items. At that moment, they were desperate. WWW. I didn't die. The light is gone. Headed by the berserker, the 5 candidates for the Shanghai University fell to the ground in a state of embarrassment. There are some wounds on their bodies. Their bodies are all in severe pain. But, not dead. With Lin Yu's current strength and all attributes over 4,000, such a terrifying holy punishment is enough to instantly kill all monsters below level 70 within a radius of hundreds of meters. The reason why these 5 people are still alive. Naturally, it was because of Lin Yu's precise control that he didn't let all the power of the holy punishment fall on them. Just hit them a little bit. Although the respective schools are different, here they are enemies. But after all, they are all the new generation power of China. Lin Yu can't really kill them. That is equivalent to weakening Washa's potential. Don't forget, teleportation items are no longer available. Therefore, they can only stay in the secret realm now. At this time, the 5 people who stood up with difficulty were also shocked. Looking at Lin Yu's eyes, I was very scared. What kind of terrifying skill is that? Isn't he a level 20 summoner? Why can he summon holy light? Don't talk about holy light. Why is he only at level 20, and can release such a devastating skill? It's terrible. We didn't die. The shield warrior said in disbelief. With his outstanding defensive power, when he faced the terrifying holy light that seemed to him to be able to kill everything in an instant, he already understood that there was no possibility for him to block this move. Not only him, but also the forest pastor behind. As a mage, she has a sharper perception of spells. The moment Lin Yu released the holy light, she already knew that the assessment was over, and even, her life was over. But now, they can still stand here, only suffered a little injury. The 5 people also quickly understood. That's the level 20 summoner in front of me, he didn't kill them. After all, they are also geniuses, not too stupid. If you don't even understand this, you won't be able to practice at the current level. After calming down for a while, the captain of this team, the berserker, said with some difficulty. Why did you keep your hand? The expressions of each of them are somewhat complicated. After all, they were the ones who made the first move. Not to mention being killed by someone now, he was still alive. In fact, they were the first to do it, just for merit points. The original plan of these 5 people was that they didn't want to actually kill them. Eliminate the opponent and get meritorious service. But who would have thought that this level 20 summoner, with only his own strength, one move, just kill them all instantly? What kind of strength is this riding horse? This is not scientific. Lin Yu glanced at them and said. On the way you came, did you notice any changes in the monster? Lin Yu didn't answer him, but asked another question. The other party didn't think much, and nodded quickly. We feel like the monsters are going crazy, and the level and attributes of the monsters have also become higher. Don't you know something? Speaking of this, several people from Shanghai Metropolitan University are a little puzzled. On the way they came, they also discovered the abnormality of the monster, but do not understand why. At this moment, Lin Yu suddenly asked this question. Let them can't help but be a little curious. Lin Yu nodded slightly and said. There is an abnormality in the ruined city, and everyone's transmission items are no longer available. All this is because the demons have launched a special formation. Hearing what Lin Yu said, the hearts of several people thumped. The demons did it. The teleportation item can't be used. They quickly took out the teleportation props and triggered it. Turns out there was no response. Several people looked up at Lin Yu in astonishment. Lin Yu said, the teleportation props have failed, and no one can leave the ruined city anymore, that's why I keep my hands. However, no matter if I keep it or not, you probably won't have time to use teleportation. Regarding what Lin Yu said, several people still nodded in shock. With the speed of Holy Punishment's moves, they really didn't have time to use teleport just now. At this time, the berserker also said, since we lost, the merit is yours. Thank you for your mercy. The others all nodded. Pass on the meritorious deeds. Get 121 points of meritorious service. A reminder appeared in front of Lin Yu. However, it did not show that 5 people were eliminated. After all, the only situation where candidates are eliminated now is the death of candidates. Now no one can leave the city of ruins. Don't know your brother's name. My name is Yu Quan, a candidate at Shanghai University, and my occupation is a level 24 berserker. The captain of the team introduced himself. My name is Lin Yu, a candidate for Shangjing University, and a summoner. Yu Quan glanced at Lin Yu, nodded, and didn't ask any further questions. He had a faint feeling that the summoner in front of him wasn't that simple. Brother Lin, since such a serious situation has occurred in the ruined city, what are your plans next? Or, let's act together. Yu Quan asked tentatively. Lin Yu thought for a while, shook his head slightly. Most candidates probably don't know about the failure of teleportation items. After all, no one will trigger a teleportation item for no reason. The person who finds that the teleportation item cannot be used is likely to have encountered a life and death crisis. I will gather with other people as much as possible and tell others this information. I suggest that you also try to spread this information and gather as many candidates as possible. Action. Don't forget, the inner circle will open soon. The monsters there are of high level, and after being strengthened by the demon formation, their strength should be raised to a higher level. Hearing what Lin Yu said, the surrounding people all felt a sense of urgency. The forest priest suddenly said, this assessment Is it impossible to proceed normally? Lin Yu nodded. Now it's not a question of assessment, but a question of whether the candidates can survive. Don't you think it's a bit early for the opening of the inner circle? The exploration of the outer circle has just begun. Even though there are many candidates, the scope of the ruined city is larger, and the outer circle has hardly begun to be explored, so the inner circle should not be so open early. And in the previous reminder about to be opened, it said that the formation fluctuated abnormally. Presumably this was also caused by the demon formation, allowing the inner area to open in advance. In the end, the most dangerous core area will definitely be advanced, and it is estimated that it will open soon. The monsters in the core area are probably all boss level. After strengthening, the level and attributes are no longer for candidates to deal with normally, so I will let you gather as many other candidates as possible. After hearing what Lin Yu said, they all felt that it was very reasonable. The current crisis is imminent. No matter how talented they are, they were a little flustered at first. But Lin Yu pointed out what they should do most now. Not only gave them the direction to move forward, but also calmed their hearts a little. For this summoner whose strength is somewhat unfathomable and who appears calm in the face of such a predicament. Several people from Shanghai Metropolitan University also felt admiration. Magic City University, in Huaxia, is the closest institution to Shengjing University. Even, the two schools are almost the same. However, in people's perception, Shengjing University is still slightly higher than Shanghai University. This also made the students of Modu University a little unconvinced towards the students of Shengjing University. Therefore, it is really rare for these few people to have such emotions in their hearts towards Lin Yu, a candidate for admission to Beijing University. Yu Quan nodded and said, "Okay, I see. I'll pass on the message and gather as many others as I can." The ammunition expert, battle mage, and shield warrior waved at Lin Yu and said, "Thank you, Tax. Although the meritorious service has already been taken away by the other party, but it is true that their skills are not as good as others. And, as the current situation shows, assessment may not be the main issue at present. Dealing with the mutated monsters and surviving to the end are the most critical issues." The gentle-looking forest priest also took a look at Lin Yu before leaving, and said in a low voice, "Hope to see you again in the inner circle." Subsequently, this 5-member team quickly moved towards the inner circle. And the reason why Lin Yu didn't let them act together with him. In fact, it is not because the school is different. As I said just now, assessment is not even the main issue anymore. So it doesn't matter if the school is different. To survive to the end, candidates from the entire ruined city must unite. Another point is that the strength of this 5-member team is enough to protect itself in the current ruined city. That's why Lin Yu asked them to spread the news. Improve efficiency a few. After Yu Quan and a group of people left, Lin Yu also continued to approach Ning Shuier. On the way, he encountered several teams. The strength of these teams is not weak, so even if the monster changes, they are not in danger for the time being. And after seeing that Lin Yu was only at level 20 and level 22, and it was only a 2-person team, they also started to fight. After all, the assessment is still going on, and the others don't know much about what's going on in the ruined city. Facing opponents from different schools, it is natural to eliminate them as much as possible and earn merits. It's just, these people are all the same as Yu Quan's team. All were defeated by Lin Yu with a crushing posture and a crushing move. The team configuration of many people is far inferior to that of Tian Yuan's team. Although there have been changes in the secret realm, but the speed at which I have gained merit is quite fast. Lin Yu thought to himself. Anyway, those people from other schools wanted to make a move when they saw that he was only level 20. Later, Lin Yu didn't wait any longer. When you see people from other schools, you will immediately take the first shot and kill them instantly, with one move. But Lin Yu snatched the meritorious service of the 853 geniuses, but he didn't kill him. When the other party was angry and suspicious, Lin Yu also told them the failure of the teleportation item and the mutation in the secret realm. However, there are still many people who are skeptical about Lin Yu's statement. But after discovering that the teleportation item was indeed invalid, he had to believe it. As for the examinees who have been robbed of merit by him, they feel like crying. He was not eliminated, but all the meritorious deeds he earned with great difficulty were robbed. This summoner who is only level 20, why is he acting like a monster? Many people have such thoughts in their hearts. But they have not left the secret realm now, so they can only continue to fight monsters here to obtain meritorious service. Those candidates who started to do it, they could only think that their skills were inferior to Lin Yu's. But later, those candidates who were not ready to do anything, but were directly robbed of their merits by Lin Yu, were angry and helpless towards Lin. The angry thing is that this guy took away their merits without saying a word, but the helpless thing is, the other party didn't kill them, and even told them about the changes that happened in the secret realm. During this process, Lin Yu also met several other candidates who went to Beijing University. Several people also followed Lin Yu into action. Inside the Endless Tower, those teachers who were paying attention to the situation of candidates in the ruined city also discovered what Lin Yu was doing. This kid is interesting. While stealing other people's merit points, tell them about the changes in the secret territory. Phew, I almost forgot that he is a level 40 summoning master, far surpassing other candidates. I wonder if he can handle this crisis. If it's just him, maybe he really isn't afraid of this change, but other candidates are different. Do you know that what he is doing now is leading others to survive? He is gathering more candidates to act together, which is to save other candidates. That's right, with Lin Yu's strength, there is no problem in surviving alone. But he is still gathering other candidates to act together as much as possible. From the overall situation, this is the most correct way for him. However, although the monsters are still within the strength range of the examinees, the monsters in the inner circle have already started to move. Chen Chu and Lu Shang, who are repairing the formation, have also discovered the problem. So that's how it is. It really is the work of the demons. Demon race. Yi Xing, Zhang Kang and others were a little shocked when they heard this. How did they do it? Didn't they find that the demons invaded the Endless Tower? Don't talk about the Endless Tower, they can't even enter Beijing University. Lu Shang thought for a while and said, it must have started from inside the secret realm of the ruined city. After Lu Shang finished speaking, the other teachers quickly figured this out. Damn demons, still keep such a plan. Yi Xing said angrily. The methods of the demons are extremely strange, and it is possible to leave some formations or spells on some special monsters. Chen Chu said in a deep voice. It's just that I didn't expect that the spells of the demons are still too weird, and they can hide from any barriers and detections. When all kinds of monsters were imprisoned in the ruined city, I thought that the ruined city would be opened as one of the checkpoints for assessing students. And the ruined city is set as a low-level checkpoint. So the level of monsters will not be too high. Therefore, for the monsters inside, Shangjing University has naturally reviewed them. Some high-level monsters who want to hide their own levels and lurk in the ruined city have already been screened out. The concealment methods that those monsters think they are clever cannot hide from Shangjing University. However, in addition to grades, there are still many hidden dangers. It is well known that the demons have various means. Therefore, Jing Dewei directly established a special formation in the ruined city to exclude some weird things and hidden dangers. But who would have thought that the arrangement of the demons is still too weird and unpredictable? This year is the most prosperous time for Huaxia in the past 20 years. So this time, Shangjing University not only used the Endless Tower for the assessment, but also invited candidates from 4 other top universities to participate. But at such a critical assessment, the demons activated their hidden methods. It had dire consequences. Besides, the situation is getting worse. The level and attributes of the monsters inside have been greatly increased. Candidates can still deal with the monsters on the outside, but on the inside, a level 30 cauldron transformation monster has appeared. This is beyond the ability of most candidates. Chen Chu's face was a little ugly. At this moment, he is crazily releasing mana, constantly cracking the strange formations released by the different magicians. The weird magic energy released by the demons is the reason why all the monsters grow stronger. It is also the reason that hinders the transmission props. Although for these geniuses, fighting across levels is not a problem. Even with the level of their early 20s, they can deal with monsters of level 25 or even higher. Those candidates of level 24, it is not even a problem to deal with monsters of level 27 or 8. However, many of the monsters in the ruined city are demon monsters, and they are powerful in themselves. In addition, now, the attributes of those monsters have increased abnormally. Even the level of some inner monsters has been raised to level 30. This is not an existence that two candidates can fight alone. At this time, in various places in the ruined city, the teachers have seen that candidates are facing life and death crisis. Those candidates who have formed a team of more than 5 people are slightly safer. For the time being, it also has the ability to fight against mutant monsters. However, those candidates who are more scattered and do not form a multi-person team, casualties have already occurred on a large scale. The inner circle has been opened, and those level 30 monsters are coming out to kill crazily. In order to earn merits by entering the inner circle as soon as possible, some candidates came to the inner circle in advance and waited. But right after the inner circle was opened, these examinees were directly killed by those crazy monsters. Candidates who were originally on the periphery and could still deal with these mutated monsters. After the opening of the inner circle at this moment, the situation suddenly reversed. The ruined city, the flames of war and the smoke, accompanied by the screams of the examinees and the carnival of the mutated monsters. Many multi-person teams have already encountered many mutant monsters around level 30 at this moment, and a difficult battle has begun. And at this moment, a figure suddenly appeared in the endless tower. It was an old man with a white beard. Although he is very old, his figure is very tall and straight. When the teachers saw him, their expressions were a little disturbed. Old headmaster. High principal. The principal's appearance is both unexpected and reasonable. The headmaster nodded, then said, 2.7. How long will it take to repair the array? Chen Chu estimated and said, about an hour. Well, hold on tight. Afterwards, the old principal's voice was transmitted to the minister of the ruined city through spells. Every candidate. I am the principal of Shengjing University, Luo Xingqi. His voice transmission resounded in every corner of the ruined city. My God, it's the principal. Principal Luo, is he with us too? Luo Xingqi's voice continued to sound. Because of the layout of the demons lurking here, there have been serious changes in the ruined city. And the restoration of the teleportation array will take some time. Quote. Next, what you are facing may be the first real life and death crisis in your life. The demons are our greatest enemy for thousands of years. And this time, their devil's claws are reaching out to the most immature and toughest sprout of our China. After the wind and rain, the young shoots can grow into towering trees that will not fall down. As long as you unite as one, with your talents and abilities, the demons can't do anything to you. Hearing the principal's voice that seemed to have a special magical power, many candidates immediately calmed down. I didn't expect the principal of Shengjing University to appear. A student from Haicheng University said in surprise. Principal Luo, you are China's top expert. I didn't expect this kind of existence to talk to us. After listening to Principal Luo's words, I suddenly feel that these monsters are nothing to be afraid of. Come on, FK them. I'll go, there's a level B1 monster. Be careful, pay attention to coordination, and keep the buffs. Now, among the monsters rampant in the ruined city, many monsters above level 30 have appeared. Because the level of monsters in the inner circle is already high. After strengthening, at this moment, as soon as the inner circle is opened, many level 30 monsters rush out directly. And Lin Yu finally met Ning Shuier. On Ning Shuier's side, she also brought together a few candidates from Peking University. When the two sides are added together, it must always be flat. Ning Shuier didn't seem to be hurt. This is also a matter of course. After all, with Ning Shuier's current combat power, dealing with these mutated monsters is also as easy as cutting melons and vegetables. You also have team buffs. When talking about team formation, Ning Shuier said that she also got a team formation buff. However, her buff is not like collective action, which allows people in the team to gain all experience and merit. Her team buff is called team character. Its function is that after forming a team, when members of the team kill monsters, there is a chance that all team members will get 08 double rewards. That is to say, when this buff is not triggered, the people in the team still share the experience and merit according to the amount of effort. But when the team character is triggered, the experience and merit points of the monster that was killed will no longer be shared, but everyone in the team can get double the experience and merit points of this monster. However, the description of this buff does not include the trigger probability. According to Ning Shui's description, killing 5 monsters on average will trigger it once, which is about a 20% probability. Calculated in this way, the overall benefit of this buff is somewhat worse than that of collective action. In addition, one of Lin Yu's candidates also has a battle buff, which can make all members of the team attack plus 10%. After gathering more than a dozen people, everyone felt a little at ease. After all, in addition to the large number of people, there are also Lin Yu and Ning Shui, 2 guys with exaggerated combat power. After the two met, they continued to go deeper into the inner circle. While gathering other examinees, they frantically slaughtered mutant monsters. The monster has exceeded level 30, it is not normal. And because the area of the inner circle is getting smaller, the density of monsters is getting higher and higher. But in the face of Lin Yu and Ning Shui's crushing strength, they can't cause any obstacles. Lin Yu himself didn't take much action, basically let the little phoenix and the little ice dragon kill him. Because the 2 little guys are cross-level kills, plus 15 times the experience bonus. At this time, both the phoenix and the frost wyvern have reached level 20. On Ning Shui's side, the efficiency of clearing monsters is equally astonishingly high. After a holy punishment, almost all the mutated monsters within 100 meters will be blamed instantly. And Ning Shui's second-rank talent, the holy light wings brought by the ascension to God, when she releases the skill, she will also release the skill repeatedly, and the effect is 20%. So every time Ning Shui finishes using her skills, the wings behind her will flash, and she will release a small range of skills around her again. The final effect is that any creature that gets close to them will always be instantly wiped out by the holy punishment. When Ning Shui first awakened her talent, she was a little confused when she saw it. The effect of the skills released repeatedly by the Holy Light Wings is 20%, and the skill increase provided by each pair of Holy Light Wings is 10%. At first, she still felt a little low. After thinking about it, I realized that compared with the various boosting skills and talents of other professions, this is already very high. It was because the buffs that Lin Yu usually gave her were too exaggerated, which made her subconsciously feel that her skill buffs were a bit low. Watching Ning Shui's holy light skills flying all over the sky. There are also Lin Yu's 2 divine beast larvae, the interweaving of ice and red flames. The surrounding monsters fell one by one. The other candidates of Peking University who followed them were both surprised and envious. Is this what it feels like to lead a team? Fortunately, I am also a candidate for Shangjing University, otherwise, if it is another school, I will have to face such 2 terrifying perverts. And the completely opposite situation on their side appeared in various places in the ruined city. In the ruined city, many super mutant monsters have appeared. Many candidates can't deal with such high-level monsters at all. The squirrel who was already being hunted has escaped. Candidates who cannot escape will be brutally killed. Many teams that could resist originally faced such high-level monsters. They also look a little weak. As for Lin Yu and Ning Shui, then more candidates gathered again. Although there is an upper limit on the number of teams, each team can only have at most 1 person. However, even if you don't form a team, you can act together. It's just that people outside the team have no experience and merit. However, in the current situation of life and death crisis, experience and feats are no longer what those candidates with weaker strength should consider. It's good to be alive. Therefore, behind Lin Yu and Ning Shui, there are now 40 or 50 candidates. Moreover, not all of these candidates are from Peking University. Candidates from other schools had no choice but to come here. Among these people, many of them had been met by Lin Yu before and won meritorious service. Originally they were still rivals, and they were still a little angry with Lin Yu. But now, seeing that Lin Yu doesn't care about past suspicions, no matter which school he is from, he can come to seek asylum. Their views on Lin Yu have also changed a lot. Even a little admired. Naturally, Lin Yu and Ning Shui would not refuse the joining requests of candidates from other schools. As I said before, although in this secret realm, everyone was originally a competitor. But under the conspiracy of the demons, now they are all Chinese citizens. Therefore, it is natural to join forces and fight against the forces of the demons. It doesn't matter which school it is from. Many candidates who were already desperate, after seeing such a huge battle. It's all about boosting confidence. The skills of Ning Shuier and Lin Yu are very powerful, which can attract the attention of many candidates. In addition, these candidates behind are also deliberately making a lot of noise, trying to let as many people as possible see and join in. As Lin Yu and Ning Shuier brought more and more people, it is also attracting more and more attention. Isn't that our candidate of Shanghai University, who actually came together with the candidate of Shengjing University? Why are there so many of them? There was a team of elite teams from Shanghai University, and they were a little angry when they saw this scene. Probably because the current monsters are too strong, they can't deal with them, so they can only seek shelter. HMPH. Of course I know that these monsters have become much stronger, but can't we still deal with them? The captain of this team is a level 25 hidden profession, Combat Cavalry Plus. It is one of the occupations with the strongest positive ability. In the later stage, it can even be 1,000. He alone can deal with the mutant monsters of level 31 or even 32 here. With the cooperation and boost of other members of the team, it is no problem to deal with level 35 mutant monsters. Just need some time. Therefore, despite the situation in the secret realm, the monsters have also mutated and become more powerful. But he is still very confident. Tell the candidates of Shanghai Metropolitan University, let them go with us, and I will lead them to fight. The warrior knight waved his hand, full of confidence. The others also nodded and did not refute anything. Everyone recognized the strength of their captain. A few people came to the vicinity of this huge team, and said to the candidates of the Modu University. Following them, you can only sign up, but you can't form a team with them, so you won't get merits, right? Follow us, not only will you be safe, but you will also earn meritorious service. And the candidates from the Shanghai Metropolitan University who followed Lin Yu looked at this level 25 combat knight and his teammates like they were fools. What are you saying? Look carefully at the strength of those two people before you speak. In fact, it doesn't need to be said by him, the few members of the Night Squad have already clearly felt that. When Lin Yu and Ning Shui made a move, a powerful force rushed to their faces, instantly frightening them. If it takes a little time to kill a level 35 mutant monster with the cooperation of the Conquest Knight team. But in Lin Yu and Ning Shui are 677. With one skill, they can kill all level 35 monsters within a radius of 100 meters. What the hell is this? The Expedition Knight and his team members were all stunned. The other candidates from Shanghai Metropolitan University also hurriedly said to him. Come on, Shengjing University has a real boss leading the team. The fighting knight looked over and saw Ning Shui's attack. Is that Angel of Light? No. He took a closer look and saw Ning Shui's message. Level 36. Turn 2 Blazing Angel. This is impossible. The other candidates in his team were also dumbfounded. Why are there such high-level candidates? Second transfer candidates. How come? Did you cheat at Peking University? Their first reaction was disbelief. Her skill power is too terrifying, right? This is too exaggerated. Someone nearby reminded, actually, the best one is not Ning Shuier, but her boyfriend. The one next to it. Why, isn't he only level 20, and he's still a summoner? And they soon noticed that Lin Yu's two divine beast hatchlings, the phoenix and the winter flying dragon, were gone. Those two summoned creatures. Why do they give me such a scary feeling? What kind of elemental breath is that? It's amazing. Although they couldn't recognize that these were divine beasts, they could feel the terrifying aura of the two divine beast hatchlings. Although the bodies of the little phoenix and the little ice dragon are small, the skills they release. One is more terrifying than the other. Smash any skill at random, and instantly kill a lot of people. Not only that, Lin Yu occasionally made a move at will. They found that although Lin Yu was only level 20, but the power of the released skills seems to be the strongest. These are the two people led by Shengjing University. No wonder, there are so many people in the group. The sense of superiority that I used to fight with the Night Squad has long since disappeared. Compared with Lin Yu and Ning Shuier, they are as weak as scum. Just when many candidates thought that they would get through safely under the strength of Lin Yu and Ning Shuier, Suddenly, a huge wave erupted in the distance. A beam of purple light shot up into the sky, and it seemed that it was more than 10 kilometers away from them. And at the moment when this fluctuation erupted, the ground beneath everyone's feet trembled violently. Let everyone's figure shake up. The strong roar made many candidates feel uneasy. What happened? What's going on ahead? What a terrifying fluctuation. That direction seems to be the center of the ruined city. Some candidates checked the map and found that it seemed to be the core area. The purple light that soared into the sky was filled with strong magic energy. Lin Yu frowned slightly. He already felt that the strengthening of these monsters did not stop. And at this moment, a reminder popped up in front of everyone's eyes. The core area has been opened. The boss in the core area has started to act. The core area is actually open now. So fast. It hasn't been too long since the opening of the inner area, but the core area has already opened. When everyone thinks about the situation in the secret territory, they naturally feel abnormal. And what worries the candidates even more is that the other mutated monsters are already so strong, so what level should the boss in the core area be? At least you have to start at level 40, right? Ning Shuier, the highest level among them, is only level 36. Although the level of other candidates is far higher than that of other candidates, and Ning Shuier's profession is one of the strongest among the rare professions, and her strength is far superior to monsters of the same level. But for monsters starting at level 40, isn't level 36 not enough? As for Lin Yu, who is even more awesome, the candidates from other schools don't know. However, the candidates of Shangjing University are clear that Lin Yu himself is level 40, but he just hit his level in the ruined city. And his own strength is even more superior to mutant monsters of the same level. Coupled with two amazing pet beasts that are small in size but terrifying in strength. Dealing with monsters and bosses in the core area shouldn't be a problem, right? Many people are thinking. Many of them, although they themselves want to help. But they found that their attack was not painful when encountering a level 35 mutated monster, and even when they were at risk of being counter-killed and injured. Give up the idea of shooting. Just hug the two thighs of Lin Yu and Ning Shuier of Shangjing University tightly. Following the fluctuation of the extremely strong magic energy in the core area, the mutated monsters that were already frenzied around became even more restless. And the number of mutated monsters suddenly increased. After all, the team of candidates has become a bit huge, it's hard not to attract the attention of those monsters. Under normal circumstances, when an ordinary monster sees so many people, it will definitely weigh it up, even if it is a monster with low sanity. But now, all ordinary monsters and demon monsters have all mutated and gone mad. It doesn't matter how big Lin Yu and Ning Shuier's battle is and how strong the two are. Whenever you see this team, rush up and attack. As the number of monsters increases, the team of candidates is getting bigger and bigger, and the spread has reached hundreds of meters. Many candidates in the rear are already in danger. Be careful and watch your surroundings. A monster sneaked up to me just now and almost attacked me. Here, there are two level 33 monsters, attacked together. Many examinees also had to take action at this moment, to deal with those monsters approaching. And Lin Yu, who was in front, also noticed this. He ordered the Phoenix and the Ice Dragon to disperse to the rear to deal with the monsters in the second half. Those examinees who were tired of dealing with various high-level monsters were still frightened. After seeing the two little guys flying over, a crazy fire and ice bombardment, directly killing all the monsters lurking over, immediately relieved a lot of tons. Backquote. These are Lin Yu's two summons. Sure enough. Not a mortal thing. No wonder he, as a summoner, a profession that is not considered a powerful profession, can become the number one in Shangjing University. It's too strong. As a mage, I can clearly feel the terrifying elemental aura on these two summons. Who knows what kind of creatures these two little birds are? It seems that they have never seen it before. It won't be a holy beast level. Very likely, and only the holy beast class can have such a strong strength. After all, divine beasts are one of the rarest things in this world. Although it does not mean that they only exist in mythological records, even many big men and powerful people have never seen divine beasts. So it's normal for these candidates not to recognize them, thinking that these two little guys are holy beasts. It's also like the powerful and well-informed teachers of Shangjing University, who can be identified by the amazing elemental aura on the phoenix and the winter dragon. As the distance from the core area gets closer and closer, everyone can feel the horror of that devilish energy more and more. The boss of the core area is coming. I saw a huge figure slowly standing up from a huge ruin in front of me. His body size actually reached 20 meters. The monster-like purple body is covered with dense black lines. His every move will not only shake the earth slightly, but also the surrounding devilish energy will faintly erupt. That monster is the boss of the core area. I heard that killing the boss in the core area will drop a very special reward. If it's before the mutation, you can still try it. Now, who the hell dares to go up? Even with such a long distance, many candidates were shocked by the aura emanating from the other party. Killing this boss in the core area, they don't even think about it. This kind of thing can only be left to Lin Yu and Ning Shuier. It would be nice if they could save their lives after the monsters in the core area rushed up. Not only that, around that boss, batch after batch of mutated monsters have already gathered. All levels are above level 35. Not only that, but there are also dozens of elite monsters nearby. A little closer inspection found that the level of the elite monsters had all reached level 40 or above. And as for the most terrifying giant monster boss, it has reached level 60. Why is the level so high? Horrible. It stands to reason that the boss in the core area should have been around level 35. It's almost a level 35 boss. It is still possible to kill it under the attack of many teams. But now it has reached level 60. Lin Yu and Ning Shuier shouldn't be able to deal with it. Ning Shuier is level 36, Lin Yu is only level 20. Although his summons can fight across levels, it must be impossible for him to deal with a level 60 mutant demon boss. A Haicheng University, the examinee murmured. After hearing this, candidates from the nearby Shangjing University said, "You misunderstood. Point 333. Actually, Lin Yu is a level 42nd rank summoning master." Others were a little puzzled when they heard this. What? Didn't he show level 20? Candidates at Peking University actually didn't know why, but after all, they saw it with their own eyes in the previous assessment. Maybe he used some method to hide the level. In the previous assessment, he did show level 40. Nima level 40. Is this still human? Candidates from other schools were stunned when they found out. Originally, Ning Shuier's level 36 is exaggerated enough, but I didn't expect Lin Yu to be even higher than her level. That. You may not have seen that, Ning Shuier has been promoted to level 37 just now. Quote question mark question mark question mark quote. But even so, it's still impossible for them to deal with level 60 bosses. After entering the ruined city, Ning Shuier had already killed many monsters, and it was normal for her to rise to level 37 with the 15 times experience bonus. As for Lin Yu, he has already reached level 41. Because he can not only share Ning Shuier's experience in killing monsters, but also the experience of killing monsters in Phoenix and Frost Flying Dragon. So the experience increase rate is very fast. If you level up at this speed, you can practice a level later, and you will be able to reach level 60 in a short time. At level 60, you can contract the second summoned object, and I don't know what the second summoned object contracted with skills will be. Because the Phoenix and the Winter Dragon made him contract on their own initiative, and they did not rely on the skills of the summoner to summon the contract. Therefore, Ning Shuier is the only one who contracts with the summoning skill. Although there is no difference between the two. It's just that the summoner wants to contract with skills, and only one can be contracted every 50 levels. With the experience of using skills to contract Ning Shuier for the first time, Lin Yu is now looking forward to the second summon that he contracted with skills. At this moment, the boss of the 60-level tripod-changing monster moved. With such a huge body, a slight movement made the ground roar slightly. Roar. He roared, and the raging demonic energy rushed towards his face. The terrifying power has shocked countless candidates. Ha 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 ha. Little human bastards. Although I don't know what happened, the formation of my demon clan is not something that lowly humans like you can understand. Such a brilliant formation. I have absorbed most of the magic energy released, giving me advanced power. Chanting doomsday. The demonic voice of this huge monster spread out. After hearing his words, Lin Yu understood why the level of this boss had been increased so much. It turns out that most of the formation that the different magician released was absorbed by this fat pig. However, a mere level 60 demon boss is not challenging at all. The many candidates around heard what this boss said, and their hearts became more and more uneasy. They are desperate. Although Lin Yu and Ning Shuier are extremely powerful, but even Lin Yu is only level 40. However, what they are facing is a level 60 boss. It is still mutated, and its attributes are much higher than the normal level 60 boss. They are a bunch of candidates with more than 20 levels, and they are useless in this level of battle. Can we only rely on Lin Yu and Ning Shuier? Many candidates couldn't help but tremble because of fear in their hearts. But the level gap is still too big. Even if the boss is level 50, there is still a glimmer of hope. Level 60 boss, the attribute gap is too big. At this time, not only candidates from the other 4 universities. Even the candidates of Shengjing University are a little desperate. Although Lin Yu's strength is very strong, but no matter how strong he is, it is impossible to kill the demon boss who is 20 levels higher than himself. However, there were only a handful of people with weird expressions. For example, Dongshu next to Yinyu. Brother Lin, can that boss be dealt with? As a boss, the attribute should be much higher than that of ordinary monsters. Chen Shu turned his head and asked. Although he has absolute confidence in Lin Yu. After all, the geniuses of Chen Shu and other big families were rescued from the Frost Flame secret realm by Lin Yu. And they also witnessed with their own eyes how the 30-plus level Lin Yu tortured and killed the 65-level corruption technique. But the reason why he asks this is naturally because the attributes of the boss are much higher than those of ordinary monsters and elite monsters. Not to mention, all the monsters here have been strengthened. So although this demon boss is level 60, which is a bit lower than the original level 65 Fallen Warlock. But in terms of combat power and attributes, it is definitely more blessed than the fall technique. Hearing Chen Shu's question, Lin Yu nodded and said, "Hit whatever you want." As he said that, a random ice blast struck and killed 3 demon monsters. Seeing Lin Yu's relaxed expression, Chen Shu also nodded in no surprise. Although the boss in front is much stronger than the fallen warlock. But compared to when he was in the Frost Flame secret realm before, now, Lin Yu, who has been promoted to level 41, has also obtained 2 baby beasts, and has completed the second round. If dealing with the level 60 demon boss in front of me is naturally not a problem. And before that boss shot, the dozen or so elite monsters around him are dispatched together. Accompanying it, there is a large group of mutated monsters above level 30. These culled monsters are like a tsunami of death to many candidates. The monsters in the core area, both in quantity and quality, are far beyond the imagination of the candidates. Those elite monsters also have various characteristics. Flying demon pterosaurs, unkillable, demon knights, magic spells with very strange magic spells, etc. These elite monsters, even in normal times, would be a headache for candidates to deal with. And now after undergoing mutation enhancement, they have all reached level 40. This level is also not something any other candidate or any team can handle. No candidate can stop a single level 40 mutated demon pterosaur from a scorching flame. Seeing these dozens of elite monsters rushing over, the faces of many candidates suddenly changed. This is a beast tide. It's over. They're coming. How come? The quantity is too much. There are so many monsters in the core area. In all directions, there are monsters rushing to any place. Facing more than a dozen high-level elite monsters, and countless ordinary mutant monsters rushing up. Many candidates are already panicked. Lin Yu, there are too many monsters, they are everywhere, we can't take care of all the places. Those candidates are in danger. Ning Shuier hurried from another direction, and said anxiously to Lin Yu. Lin Yu didn't speak, raised his long knife, and first released a holy punishment with a range of more than 100 meters. Killed dozens of monsters at once. But even with his sacred punishment range, if he can stop this moment, he can't worry about the safety of every candidate. In other words, whether it is holy punishment or other skills. Even if Lin Yu kept releasing all his shareable skills, it is also impossible to take into account the hundreds or even thousands of candidates. The damp coming from all directions put this large group of candidates in a dangerous situation. Plus, there is that level 60 boss in the distance. The boss didn't make a move at the moment, but it looked like he was preparing some kind of skill. The boss is likely to have a super wide range of skills once released, although there will be no danger to Lin Yu. But for these thousands of candidates, there is more than good luck. That boss may be preparing a super large skill, I have to kill him first. Lin Yu said, looking at the boss who was accumulating demon energy in the distance. To deal with that boss, Lin Yu is confident that he can kill him as quickly as possible. This is also the way to maximize the protection of these candidates. Looking at the panicked examinees, Lin Yu thought for a while and said loudly, "Don't panic. We have a numerical advantage. Everyone, quickly cooperate with the person closest to you, add more buffs, and delay the time. Ning Shuier and my 2 summons will deal with those elite monsters. I'm going to kill the boss quickly, and then come back to clean up the mobs." After Lin Yu finished speaking loudly, he jumped up, and under the gaze of countless candidates, he rushed directly to the giant demon boss in the distance. Lin Yu. You actually want to deal with the boss alone? It's impossible, they're 20 levels behind. Watch out, behind you. Lin Yu is right, we have more people, so we can get more buffs to block these little monsters. Elite monsters, there are 2 summons from Ning Shuier and Lin Jie to deal with them. Pay attention to coordination. Be careful around. Hearing Lin Yu's words, many panic-stricken candidates also calmed down. When seeing Lin Yu going to deal with the boss alone, in many people's hearts, that passion can't help but explode. Even the most powerful boss has someone standing in front of him. And even with a difference of 20 levels, Lin Yu from Peking University still has no hesitation. Then deal with these mobs, what else do they have to be afraid of? Therefore, many candidates fought frantically without fear of death. They immediately cooperated with those around them. Give it a buff and form a battle formation. Although the upper limit of the team in the ruined city is 8 people, this limit is only for the distribution of experience and merit. It's not impossible to fight together. But now, experience and merit are no longer things to consider. Fighting together comes first. Therefore, even without forming a team, many candidates have already gathered together, forming a formation of 20 or 30 people. And although the same buff of the same class cannot be superimposed. But I can't stand the variety of occupations here. Many occupations have different gain buffs, stacked up. It also made those 25-level candidates withstand the attacks of some 30-level mutant monsters. And at this moment, there was a scream in the examinee area. The elite monsters are coming. Many students are surprised. It's the ghost of death. Be careful, its body is extremely hidden, and you can't even notice it. Several candidates in this area were killed one after another. And because of panic, many candidates wanted to flee subconsciously, which also led to the collapse of the battle formation in this area. At this moment, outside the ruined city, the teachers who quickly repaired the formation are also paying attention to the pictures in the ruined city. When they saw that the core area was opened, and those monsters with higher levels emerged one by one, I can't help but sweat. With such a huge grade gap, those candidates are very difficult to deal with. Moreover, the core area is already, there are many monsters. And when they saw that Lin Yu commanded those candidates to cooperate with each other, while he went to the core boss lair by himself, it is also not without appreciation. To be able to make a correct judgment in such an urgent situation, this character should be the top among these talented candidates. Moreover, if he can reach this level in the college entrance examination, his future is absolutely limitless, said the old principal Luo Xingqi. Hearing the old principal give such an evaluation, the other teachers were a little surprised. You know, Luo Xingqi is the top powerhouse in China. Over the years, as the principal of Shengjing University, I have seen countless geniuses. And for him to give such a high evaluation, Lin Yu's potential can be seen. Similarly, these teachers also agree with the principal's evaluation. He is indeed not at the same level as those other talented candidates. The gap between others and him is due to God. The core boss is obviously preparing for something, and once he is allowed to release some big moves, the next candidates will be in danger. Yi Xing said. Do you think Lin Yu can deal with that boss? Zhang Kang glanced at the screen and said, "It shouldn't be a problem. I feel he's really much more than that." Lu Shang said, "It's just that, what is more dangerous now is the many other tests. With Lin Yu's 2 summons and Ning Shuiye, it's not a problem to deal with those elite monsters and mobs. But the problem is that there are too many candidates and too many monsters, it is difficult for them to take into account the overall situation. Seeing in the picture, many candidates join hands to fight against the surrounding monsters with difficulty. Some candidates have already been injured. And because the terrain is complex, there are many people and monsters. Even if Phoenix, Winter Flying Dragon, and Ning Shuier have no problem killing monsters. But the difficult thing is to find and kill the monsters that have threatened the candidates in the first place. There is no way. In this case, these candidates can only rely on themselves. Sooner or later they will face such a situation, Chen Chu said. And just then, a teacher noticed. On the battlefield, a strange figure seemed to appear. That, Ning Shuier. All the teachers looked over and were a little surprised. There are 2 Ning Shuier. What's going on? Could it be the skill of a certain elite monster? A transfigured elite monster. In this chaotic environment, this is an absolutely tricky ultimate move. No. Not the enemy, the 2 Ning Shuier are killing monsters. I saw it just now, it seems to be the skill released by Lin Yu. Lin Yu's skills. If he is a summoning master, it makes sense to have illusion skills. At this time, on the chaotic battlefield in the ruined city, the 2 Ning Shuier are quickly cleaning up the nearby monsters. One of them is Ning Shuier herself. The other one is naturally Lin Yu's Phantom Clone skill. Phantom Clone. You can create a phantom clone of your summoned object to fight for you. The Phantom Clone inherits 50% of the summon's full attributes, and the Phantom Clone takes 200% damage. The duration is 1 hour, and the cooling time is 3 hours. Lin Yu has never used this skill much. The main reason is that there is no suitable occasion for release. But in fact, for Lin Yu, this is actually a very powerful skill. Because of his summons, each one is better than the other. So if you can create a clone of the summoned object, you can imagine the fighting power. The reason why Lin Yu chose to create Ning Shuier's clone. Because Ning Shuier's Holy Punishment is currently the skill with the largest range among all the skills of Lin Yu's summons. Although Little Phoenix and Little Ice Dragon have higher attributes and stronger skills, elite monsters and mobs have already been wounded. What is needed now is a wider range of skills to clear the field. The battle on the field is so chaotic. Many monsters fished in troubled waters, and easily sneaked into the array of candidates and launched an attack. Therefore, a large-scale monster clearing skill like Holy Punishment has the best effect on clearing the field. Just in order to avoid hurting your own people, you need to intervene and manipulate the released power to a certain extent. Moreover, Ning Shuier also has the talent of climbing to the top of the gods. The pair of holy light wings behind her can release her skills repeatedly. Therefore, choosing to create Ning Shuier's Phantom Clone is the best choice. The Phantom created by Lin Yu's current skill can inherit 50% of the attributes of the main body. With Ning Shuier's current high attributes, even if she inherits 50%, it is enough to kill these monsters. Not to mention, Lin Yu activated the Super Doubling skill at the moment when he started. Ning Shuier, Phantom Clone, Phoenix, Winter Flying Dragon, the attributes of all summoned objects are doubled instantly. The speed at which they killed mutant monsters suddenly doubled. The power of the skills they released have all become even more terrifying. Just Ning Shuier's Phantom Clone smashed down a Holy Punishment, and wiped out a large area of monsters in an instant. Not to mention Ning Shuier herself, and the various area damage skills of Little Phoenix and Little Ice Dragon. Candidates who were still in danger. In an instant, I felt that my situation was much safer. As expected, a brother Lin and sister Ning, they are so awesome. Chen Shu, who was fighting hard at first, suddenly saw a flash of fire in front of his eyes, and saw the Little Phoenix, burning a prairie fire, instantly burning a large group of monsters to ashes. From time to time, Ning Shuier also releases Divine Punishment within a range of 100 meters. A huge holy light fell down, and many candidates who were fighting fiercely, the fierce mutant monster in front of them, was directly smashed to death by the holy light on the spot. The originally sinister situation, with the support of a series of terrifying skills, immediately reversed. Because Lin Yu turned on Super Double, the fighting power of his summons has been changed. The speed of clearing monsters is naturally faster. And Lin Yu's own attributes have reached a terrifying level. Because the attribute growth of Phoenix and Winter Wyvern is too scary. The two little guys at level 20 have reached 1500 points in all attributes. This is a level that human professionals can't even imagine. For an ordinary professional at level 20, it would be good if all attributes can reach 100. Not even a lot. After all, when human beings first awakened to their professions, their attributes were very low, and their growth rate in the initial stage was also very low. Only when the level is higher, the attribute growth obtained by each upgrade will gradually increase. But the Phoenix and the Winter Flying Dragon, the two divine beasts, were born with 500 attributes. And the growth at the beginning is to increase all attributes by 100 points after leveling up. In the future, this growth rate may not increase. Therefore, the full attributes of the two little guys who are only level 20 are unimaginable for normal people. And under Lin Yu's buff, their attributes will be even higher. At the same time, Lin Yu's attributes are shared, and the terrifying attributes of all his summons are doubled. Lin Yu's all attributes at this moment have all broken down by 10,000. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.